Hello everybody, welcome to Canadian Veteran Outdoors. Man, I got a lot going on right now. It's Christmas Eve right today. I'm getting ready to move back to Canada. I'm getting ready to go on a vacation to Nova Scotia. So I got a lot going on. But what I want to do today is I got a couple hours. I wanted to do a gear review on the Coleman Lantern. I have a dual fuel Coleman Lantern, as I mentioned in previous videos, but I went and got another one for Christmas as a gift, and so I have two dual fuel Coleman Lanterns. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do an unboxing. Then I'm going to show you all the components of that. Then I'm going to put them side by side with white gas in one and then gasoline from the pumps in the other. We're going to do a time test on them and see how they work side by side comparison for them. You know, it's just this is not an expert video or an expert review. It's my opinion, and I do have some experience with Coleman lanterns. You know, I was in the infantry in the Canadian military, and when we did a winter exercise or anything like that, we used Coleman lanterns for everything. They were naphtha gas or white gas, but we used them for everything. They were our lifeline for light, heat, and other sorts in the tent. And there's lots of stories with them. People catching them on fire, don't know how to light them, everything like that. But yeah, that's why, you know, they're close to my heart. And there's nothing better than a sound of a Coleman lantern burning when you are camping. And with, you know, today's prices, the Coleman lantern's almost kind of exhausted its way out of being economical for the normal person, because in Canada the white gas is so expensive, and $30 a jug at 3.8 liters or 3.9 liters a jug, which is a lot of money when you want to do camping. And if you look at, you know, you can look at it a couple different ways. If you're, say, $30 for a jug, it goes, you know, 780 mils per 7 hours. So if you go camping in the wintertime and you have your Coleman lantern running for 7 or 8 hours a night, you can get 2 or 3 days out of it, but at $30. So if overall price of camping, you know, your fuel to get out there to camping, your food, your gear, and everything, $30 is a lot of money. But if you can get the use regular unleaded gas and it does an effective job, now you're looking at, you know, just under 90 cents, under 90 cents a liter for 7 or 8 hours. So, well, it's going to be a little bit cheaper versus that $9 a liter that it would be in that white gas. So we're going to take a look at these Coleman lanterns and see what they do side by side, and then we're going to just show you a test, right? And then we'll go from there. But yeah, let's get after it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we got the lantern. So this says that it can run up to 13 and a half hours. We'll see. You know, I think it's more around that 7 or 8, but we'll see if it runs actually 13 and a half hours. And then we'll test the other one side by side to see what it is, and we'll see what gas or white gas is better for testing. So let's unbox this guy. So again, 700 lumens. It's a dual fuel Coleman lantern, never been opened. So let's do this. First thing, we got the carrying case. It's a good hardy case to make sure you don't break the globe on the lantern. And then you got the lantern itself. So let's just get rid of the box over here. You guys can see. all comes in pieces. So there's the lid, the globe, a funnel, which is very important, the lantern itself, instructions, and then I'm having a brain fart here. What is these called? The mantles. All right, let's see. We'll get this all together. All right, so we're going to get the mantles on first. And it's important that when you're doing any kind of the mantles or anything, that your hands are clean. They're not full of any kind of oil or grease or dirt, because this is what's going to cause the lifeline of your light and lantern. So there's a couple of different things I'm going to do here to get this going. And there's several different types of mantles you can get. You can get the ones with the wire in the middle, or you can get the ones like these that tie on, and you simply tie it on to what these brass fittings are here. There's no secret knot, or there's no secret anything. Just tie a knot, and you'll be done with it. It's, you know, I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I'm moving back to Canada. It is now, it's 24 degrees Celsius. I think it's minus 18 in Nova Scotia, where I'm heading for vacation. And I'm not sure the temperature in Edmonton, where I'm moving to, but it's going to take a little bit to get acclimatized for that weather. But I'm moving home for a reason, and yeah, we've been in Louisiana for a couple years here, working down here. So we're just going to move back and change of pace. We love Alberta. You know, I grew up in Nova Scotia, but I love Alberta, and, you know, that's where the work's at for me. And I'm going to go back, and then back to an area where I grew up as. You know, everybody says, well, I thought you said you grew up in Nova Scotia. I did. Yeah, until I was 20 years old, and then I moved out to Alberta and spent my whole adult life in Alberta. So I kind of call two homes, and Alberta is really home to me, and I really enjoy everything that Alberta has to offer. Nova Scotia is great and has tons to offer, and it's beautiful with the oceans. But for me, it's where the work's at, and that's where I've planted my flag per se. And someday, maybe when I retire, I'll move back to Nova Scotia and live next to the coast. But right now, I'm heading back out there. So yeah, so get the mantles on, tie the knot, and then you want to cut the strings off a little bit to get them short. This should be the last time you touch the mantles with your hands until you change them. I'm going to burn these. So yeah, so now I got a lighter to burn them. Having a little trouble with the video camera. Like I said, this is all new to me, and I'm learning. And I have a new device that I bought, and it's an automatic tracking, DJI vlogging type of thing. I don't know. But it just went on its own. Just went down like, squirrel, and went over somewhere else. So I'll edit that part out, but just want to let you know that I'm learning, and it's fun. I enjoy getting out of my comfort zone and talking out loud and talking to something versus just talking to myself. You know, what really gets crazy is when I ask myself to repeat himself because I didn't hear it. So hear myself. So let's go. Yeah, so we're just going to burn these, and again, after you burn them, do not touch the mantles because they'll disintegrate. You just want to make sure you get the white out, and I like a lighter like this because you can control the flame on and off real quick. Yeah, it's burning good. And it's important that you do this stuff in a controlled environment, because the last thing you want is to take your Coleman Lantern out and not prepare. You know, it may be cold, it might be wet, or you just want to get your tent up, crack the beers, and get light. You don't want to be fumbling around with setting up your camping gear. One, if you make a mistake here, get a hole in your mantle, no big deal, you just grab another one. But out camping, it's hard. You know, it becomes more difficult. All right, that one on the right is done. Let's do this one on the left. We'll just let that burn out. All right, so I got 2 good burns here. Again, if you mess up, these mantles are very cheap, you know, and I'll show you the picture here. I'll put a picture later, but it's a Coleman 2-string mantle. You can buy them either $2 or $3 for 2 or 4. 2 come in the package, and I have some more floating around here in my gear that's packed up. So that's it's important that you do that. And never touch it again. The next, we're going to put the glass on. And again, with the glass, if it's your hands are greasy, dirty, that will get on your glass, and then it will smoke and not good. So I'm just going to wipe off my hands real quick because they're clean. And, you know, if you're doing any kind of hardcore camping where you're, you know, the mantle or the glass is going to get broken, little tricks you can do is you could take it off the here for transport and put a roll of toilet paper in here. That will help protect it. But the best way to protect it is to have one of these cases. So there's 2 options on Amazon that you can buy with the case, and the case is good to help protect that. You put the glass on, you can tell what's up and down. If you mess up, don't matter. That goes on just like that over there, and then on, I'll show you guys here. This part right here, it's like acts like a spring for the mantle or the glass to sit on. So I like what Coleman has done. You know, they give you everything. There's no crap, I have to go buy the glass. Oh crap, I have to go buy the mantles. Next part, you know, you've seen me just unscrew this screw here. This goes on over top. Make sure that's seated in. Put the screw on. Done. That's how easy it is to set up your Coleman lantern. This is done. The mantles, again, you should not have to touch anything inside the mantles, right? They should last a long time. They may get shaken up, banged around, and you might have to replace it. Always carry the spare mantle with you. All right, so we're gonna go fill this one up with white gas, and then we're gonna get the other one filled up, which is over here. So I got 2 of them, and then we're going to do a good test, right? I'm going to fix this glass here. because I put it upside down last time. Might have been not paying attention, or I might have been doing something like having a couple of beers. But that's okay, because it doesn't matter. It's just more for looks than anything. Alright, I won't show filling them up. It's pretty easy, 750 mils. Make sure you use a funnel, well-ventilated area to fill them up. And then we'll light these guys up, and we'll do the test. Alright, so we're going to pump these guys up. I'm just going to do it on the floor here where it's solid. And then about 30 pumps, 25 pumps per lantern. You'll feel it once it gets the pressure built up. So that's the first one, and this is the brand new one. We're going to go grab the second one. All right, so the brand new one, I put pump gas in here, and I wrote on here pump gas, just so we don't mix them up later on the test. And the reason I did that is the other one already had some white gas in it, so why not just keep the white gas in it? So we're going to light them up, and again, we'll start with the new one, and we'll go here. This isn't to show you how to light a video, but we're going to show you to light it. I'm going to stand so my face isn't right over top of the lantern here. But what you want to do is you're going to want to just turn the gas on just a little bit, get it coming out, and turn it up until she lights. Again, this is first time lighting, so it might be a little trouble. If it doesn't light right away, turn it back off, give it a couple pumps. Okay, there's something wrong with the pump here, so we're going to fix that in a second. We're going to start this one, see if this one will light, to show you. See how nice that lit right away? And when you're doing that, you just look, watch the mantles, and you don't want to turn it up. If you go this way and the flame comes, turn it back down. What needs to happen, everything needs to heat up to vent properly and get the proper pressure. And once it gets the right heat, you can turn it up. But if it flames like that, you don't want to do that. So we're just going to shut this guy off for now. And then there's something wrong with the pump. It's not holding pressure in the brand new one. So hopefully it's not a dud. Just going to push this over here. This is good. This wasn't planned, but this is good. So what you want to do is, okay, that might have been a problem. It didn't have the cap tight all the way. So let's just try it. There we go. That was the problem. See that the difference? I can barely push that. Now it's holding pressure. So that's what you do. So when you have a problem, you check the cap, and that was the problem here. But if that's not the problem, you want to take this apart. There's a rubber seal in here, and there's a pin. And sometimes they get jammed up or they're not working properly. This is where you want to take off and pull out. They're about, I don't know, 1.5 inches long. And you want to, you can lubricate them up. We used to use not lip gloss, but chapstick to lube them up. But there's probably better stuff than we used in the Army. But that's how we kept them from going too brittle, drying out. All right, let's try this again. Take 2 on lighting the brand new one. Again, if it doesn't want to go, take your flame out and turn it back off. You don't want this to go and a big fireball. So we're just going to pump it up again. It's brand new, so right out of the box. So who knows if it's been put together right. Okay, take 3. There we go. There we go. Now, like I said, you don't want to turn it up so you got fireball. Just want that everything to heat up nice and low. And this winter, when I get back to Canada, I'm going to do a couple other videos, show you how to light the Coleman Lantern in extreme winter. But it involves you taking the mantle off and heating up the generator with your lighter, so that way it's already preheated. So there we go. Now that is running. Brand new lantern running. Looks good. We'll start the other one, and we'll start the timer. There we go. That's already hot, so you don't have to worry about that coming up. So that's why I mentioned earlier about the importance of having the generator heat. Also, you don't want to just go full blast, and if it doesn't light in the first 10-20 seconds, shut it down, let that gas inside evaporate, and try again. You don't want to have like the boom of lighting it and a big fireball, especially you don't want to get burnt, right? All right, so we're going to get the timer. We're going to get the timer and start these and see how long they burn. Now the box says 13 hours. 13.5 hours runtime. That is a lot of runtime. So we are going to see if it goes 13 hours. But I think it's going to be more around that 7 or 8. But what do I know? So I have another phone here that we're going to do timer, and it's an old phone, so I'm getting all kinds of messages. Anyway, so this is the timer. We are going to let that go, and I'm going to do some packing and stuff in between. I'll check in every couple hours. I won't film the whole thing, but we'll see. Again, the one right here. the one on the left, pump gas. This one here, white gas. So let's see. Kind of funny having two lanterns going at the same time on a table, but that's okay. We're testing, gear review, and again, this isn't a video, be expertise to show you everything that you need to know. Wrong wording, not everything you need to know, but give you the scientific data on Coleman Lantern. It's just to give you an honest review on what a Coleman Lantern does, and if it's something that you want to put in your toolbox for camping gear to help you save some money, or use this type of light system for your camping gear, by all means. Now, there's tons of other stuff out there. There's the propane Coleman Lanterns, which I have that as well. There's battery. There's all kinds of stuff that might suit you better, but this is what I'm going to try, and I like and I enjoy, and it's a good application, especially with that pump gas idea. Well, let's see how long it lasts, and give you a true kind of analysis on what the burn time is. I'll check back in later. All right, we're at 5 hours and 7 minutes. And I just want to note I had a little, well, this is the brand new one, the mantles. When I moved the lanterns over to the shelf here and pumped it up a couple times, it broke apart. It's still working, still functional, it's still good, but those definitely will need to be changed when it cools down and the test is over. Still good for the test. So this is on the right hand side as you're looking at it, this is the gas, and on the left hand side here's the white gas. So again, 5 hours and 8 minutes, working really well. And I think what happened when I burnt the mantles, I maybe burnt them too much and caused a hole, but that's okay. It's accidents happen, or you do a little bit more than you think, and it's easy to fix. That's why I said always carry spare mantles with you, and make sure that your gear's working properly when you set it up, and don't set it up in the field. All right, check in back later. We are at 7 hours and 6 minutes. The one lantern with the white gas on the left, as you look at it, is almost out, but it's not out. It needs to be pumped up. So we will pump it up and see how it comes alive. There we go. Pumped up. Didn't have to relight it or nothing. It was just needed some more pressure in the tank. And yeah, so the one on the left seems a lot brighter. That's just because the mantles are messed up on the one on the right. So that's okay. We're testing for length, not how bright it is. And it's crappy that those mantles broke, but that's okay too. We are just testing the length of how it works for the white gas versus gasoline. 9 hours and 47 minutes. The lantern on the right has gone out. That's the lamp with the regular unleaded gas. We'll keep the test going to see how much longer the lamp on the left side would go. Well, it's been 12 hours and 16 minutes, and the white gas has outlasted the unleaded gas by about 3 hours so far. So we're gonna go to see how long this is gonna last, and on the book it says 13 hours. So we'll see if white gas lasts 13 hours. Well, that's it, folks. That's the test. The lantern's barely holding on. It's out of fuel. We got 13 hours and 18 minutes for the complete test. And like I said, 9 hours on the regular gas, and this is white gas that's left. We look at the box, it says 13 and a half hours. There's some variables there. You know, maybe I didn't have a perfect fill. Maybe there's probably the fourth tank that it's in there. Maybe it's dirty. Very different variables on how they got 13 and a half hours, and I was 13 hours and 19 minutes still going here. So that concludes the test. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, Christmas Day now. This was a lot longer test than I thought.
But when we look at, if you're going to use white gas, unleaded fuel in the lanterns, you got a 9-hour or 13-hour variance of use. Still very good length of use for a night camping or in your tent.